Hey everyone, welcome back to the Espresso Outlet YouTube channel. And I mentioned in our previous video that I was going to show you the display options on this new Turin MC3. Really pretty intuitive. There's not a whole lot of settings that you can set up in this. Pretty much everything is touch, other than you do have the levers on the side. It's out of the view. The left lever is for your hot water. The right is for your steam. Everything else is going to be controlled through this touch display. Now, I kind of get weird about touch displays. Some of them are just not built very well and very low standards. I did ask some questions about it, and it's actually built to a really nice standard, and it looks really nice build-wise. It doesn't have like any funky, sometimes it's hard to push buttons. I feel like the buttons are really reactive to the touch. So, quick overview, this is your main home screen. You can see we have our steam at the top. In the middle, these are all of our brew options, single, manual, and double. You don't have to do like a single shot. It's just two different volumes. And then the bottom is our menu. So I'm gonna go through these real quick. The first one is our brew, or our steam. And you can just turn the boiler on or off. So maybe you just do black espresso like I do a lot of the time. You don't have to heat up the steam boiler. It'll save some electricity. And it is set at 2.1 bars, which is the max. But you can click back and you can have it be a little bit less pressure if that's something that you are interested in. Going back, we'll go through all of these here in a second. Really, the single is just a pre-programmed shot. The double is also a pre-programmed shot. That could be anything. It doesn't have to be a single or a double shot. I always run the manual. I know when I was looking through this for this video, I've really not even used these single and double. I pretty much always use the manual. The last menu has a couple different menus in it. Let's click on it real quick. The top is going to be the temperature for your thermo block. So it's currently set on 96 degrees Celsius. This is made in China. I know a couple people might ask, can I put it in Fahrenheit? You can't. Just head over to Google. You can do a quick conversion. 96 isn't a bad one to start off at. Let's go back. We have our single and double. And this is where we're going to program the volume as well as the pre-infusion information. So for example, let's just click the single, and this will be true for both the single and the double. It will give you the same options. So the first is going to be our brew volume, and you can see it says 60 ml. It might seem kind of a lot, but we need to keep in mind is you do have puck saturation. So the puck is going to retain a certain amount of water that's not going to drip out into the cup. So your overall brew volume needs to be a little bit more. Playing around with it, like with the Windoji, it's anywhere from 30 to 40 grams. Usually like 37 grams is kind of the sweet spot for me, the coffees that I use. So really whatever you want, add about 37 to 40 and you should be pretty close. You can play with that, really easy to adjust. The next is your pre-infusion ml. So it's going to take 30 ml and it's going to put the 30 ml of water, and the last setting is our time, which is going to be the pause. So it's essentially saturating that puck with 30 milliliters, waiting 3 seconds, and then brewing the rest of the shot. Really pretty simple to set up. You might need to play around with it a little bit. Pretty easy to do. Same as I mentioned for the double. If you go over here, it has the same settings. You can see it has 120 for the double shot, so that would make sense. Just make your adjustments as needed. The last is our settings. There's not a whole lot that you really need to look at in here. The data is going to show shot counts. I do manual, so you can see I don't have very many shots. It only counts the doubles and singles. I've been running it on manual. Next, screensaver. It's just really how long you want it to stay up. You can completely turn it off if you would like. And then the last is some system information. You have the language. This is made in China. It will default in America as English. If for whatever reason you turn it on and it's in Chinese, you can navigate here, toggle between the two languages. And then last, you have your system info, just kind of which version and your machine serial number. So that's really about it in terms of the functionality of the screen. If we were to pull a shot, I don't have any coffee in, but we'll go ahead and click manual. It shows you the brew time. This is not going to have any sort of a pre-infusion, so it's just going to run until you tell it to stop. The single, you can probably hear it pretty easily. Let's click the single. It's going to do our pre-infusion of 30 ml. It's going to wait 3 seconds. And and then it's going to brew the remainder of the shot. So it does give you some information about where your shot's at and your shot timer at the top. Really just kind of a simple interface, I think. So I think that's all for today, just to get you going. Again, it's a really simple interface. I think you'll have it figured out pretty much immediately, but it's always a good idea to watch videos like this just so that you can get going as quickly as possible. If you got any questions about the Turin MC3, you can drop us a question below. It's usually better to shoot us an email at sales@espressooutlet.com, as we usually see those and can respond to them quicker. I think that's about it for today. I do ask if you have any interest to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we do make a lot of content like this and it helps us grow. I think that's it for today. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you next time.